Hello, Danny.
Oh,
Okay. Well, first off, how are you doing today?
I'm pretty good.
Anything special happened to you this week?
Just resting up.
I feel that I am incredibly sore and incredibly tired because it was the first weekend of fair.
Yeah.
So, for those of you wondering why you're watching this video on Tuesday afternoon, if you're watching this when this comes out live, it's because when we went to go, I forgot to message Danny on Thursday, so we were getting ready to record on Friday, and Danny had a power outage.
My internet was out.
Yeah, so we were like, you know what? Fuck it. Um, we'll just record Monday night. So yeah, there's a reason why there's a video coming out on Tuesday. Um, so yeah, and so I took a look at the TWAB, Danny, and it's mostly just kind of going over the showcase for the most part. So I don't know how you want to handle this. I guess we could just go over like the more important stuff. What do you think?
Yeah, because, I don't think we have to go over the showcase, because, we both streamed that day.
Right, right. And I mean, if there's anything like super specific about the showcase that we really need to point out, we'll just stop by at it. Sound good?
Yeah, because, I don't think there is. They basically just go over the stuff that was at, the end of the showcase that they talked about.
Yeah. Also, I apologize. I'm on the TWAB and it's giving me this service alert saying that D2 will receive an update tomorrow and I can't get
Yeah,
rid of it.
no, that's just there.
So, I apologize. So, we're going to skip last week's stuff and go straight into this week. Destiny 2 Showcase Remember When's, Guardians for Maui update, calling all creators, feeling nostalgic with older seasons, feature quests, what are they, 3 new Season 22 Strand aspects and what they do, World First Rundown, new emblems, who dis, player support, and of course, Art of the Week and Movies of the Week. So, and they were Broommates. This is the live stream. If you have not had a chance to go over the live stream or go watch the live stream, please, for the love of God, go do it. There is a lot of banger content that was there. Again, you can also go watch me or Danny's VODs to get our perspective. I did a solo commentary, whereas Danny did a commentary with Faye.
Hmm.
Um, so you can kind of get different perspectives. Now, we can kind of skip. Do we want to skip all this shit right below the showcase here?
Uh, Probably, because, new aspects for light supers. Cool. New enemies, subjugators. Interesting. I liked it more than Champion still. Uh,
Kind of agree.
Episodes.
Yeah,
Kind of like the setup for episodes more than the seasonal setup.
yeah. So episodes, for those of you that haven't seen the showcase, spoilers, go watch. You've had a chance to go watch now. So episodes will basically be the new versions of seasons. And there's for when Final Shape comes out, there's going to be 3 episodes, and they're going to be in the new. So there'll be new seasons. It'll be 18 weeks long, but in each episode there'll be 3 acts, each one being 6 weeks long.
Yep. And the season pass will not reset at the end of each act. Instead, they will just add 50 levels.
Yeah. So the first season will have 100. Season 2 will give it up to 150, and then episode 3 will be 200. So pretty cool. It's a nice change. Cause I'm gonna be honest, the current season grind is a little rough sometimes. It can be a little
Yeah.
rough if you're not playing every single week, getting all of
It's a
your
lot of time
yeah.
and not a lot of story in that time, and it's on a weekly lockout.
Yeah, it's kind of a pain in the ass, so it'll be interesting. Um,
Yeah.
if you haven't seen the reveal trailer, please go watch it. It's a certified banger.
Yeah.
Um, okay, Final Shape and Annual Pass Edition. So, getting the Final Shape and the Annual Pass will give you all the Final Shape base content, all 3 episodes planned for 2024, which is Echoes, Revenant, and Heresy. The Final Shape Dungeon Key, which grants access to the two 2024 dungeons, the ability to instantly unlock the goodies Tessellation Exotic Fusion Rifle, an exotic emote, an exotic ghost, the expansion emblem, a premium exotic bundle with the exotic catalyst and exotic ornament for tessellation as well as the exotic sparrow, and a secret stash bundle with in-game resources to be delivered at the start of each episode. So super cool. The collector's
Pretty
edition.
solid.
Yeah, the collector's edition is, well, it's your typical collector's edition. It's going to give you a lot more like real life stuff, like emblems. The cool thing, I think the coolest thing, is the tower model that lights up. That was dope.
The D1 tower model is it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it definitely felt good to see that. Now, once again, Bungie Foundation is doing a partner with Direct Relief for the people of Maui who lost a lot of their homes to wildfires. So you will be getting plenty of stuff if you donate. There are a bunch of pins. All the donations go straight to them. So I think it's super cool. Calling all creators. This is something new. So if you are a content creator, hit up Chef Andy to shoot your shot and possibly get kind of a team up with Bungie. This is really the first time that they're going to be doing this, right?
This is, I believe this is another roundup for potentially either being a guest on the Bungie Bounty streams and or potentially being involved in creator summits.
Yeah, so super cool. So if you're a content creator, I'm probably not going to go for it because nobody fucking watches my stream, so... because there's so many fucking D2 creators, oh my god.
There's a lot.
There's a ton.
Because the D2 community is massive.
Yeah. The rewards are so last season, but we still love them. Later in Season of the Witch, we're planning on bringing back a selection of cosmetic items from previous season passes to the Eververse for players who missed out on acquiring them. We'll be starting with a handful of items from Season of the Worthy. This nostalgic throwback, which we're calling Seasonal Flashbacks, will only be available during weeks 4, 5, and 6. In the future, other seasonal items may return, so if there are any coveted items you'd like to see again, shout them out at Destiny 2 Team on their social accounts. And they'll possibly think about it. Featured quests. This is a new way that you are going to be looking at quests. Basically, it's going to put the campaign quest, the seasonal quest, and then any major exotic quests up front. I don't like that that you don't see nearly as many bounties on the right. But overall, it helps. It's designed for newer players to kind of focus on the more important things.
It's significantly cleaner and easier to understand.
Much cleaner. Much cleaner. And of course, they still have the tabs on the left-hand side showcasing, hey, these are all the different ones, like the campaign, the expansion, the seasons, legacy stuff, exotics, whatnot. So, super cool. I think it's dope. And again, it's much better for newer players. Quick rundown of the featured quest section. Basically, it just tells you what to do. Nothing crazy, nothing special. Now, going over the new Strand aspects. I have already seen what some of these do, and they are giga-busted.
They're probably some of the most fun things that they have added to the game in a while.
Yeah. So, starting off with the Titan, they've got Banner of War. Basically what this does is after you defeat an enemy with a melee attack, yes, that includes glaives, swords, finishers, or your super melee, a battle standard is woven onto the berserker's back. The resulting animation pulses slowly to start, but gains tempo and extends the life of the battle standard as the player defeats or assists in defeating additional enemies. Allies can also charge the battle standard by getting kills while standing near the berserker. Each beat sends out a healing pulse to allies in a 10-meter radius. While the battle standard is active, the Titan and nearby allies deal increased melee damage too. Not to sound biased or anything as a Titan main, but it's kind of badass. It's really cool, because Titans, other really than Bubble, they don't really have a lot of support, and, utility kind of based things in a lot of their kits. So seeing this be an aspect for Strand is kind of dope.
And it's a really strong buff to melee weapons in general.
Yeah. It's really cool. It's a really nice touch that they did, and I'm a really big fan of it. Next up is the Hunter with Whirling Maelstrom. With this new aspect, destroying tangles turns them into a whirling mass of strands that seek out and destroy nearby enemies, in addition to the normal tangle explosion damage. Enemies within the Maelstrom take significant damage over time. The Maelstrom emits unraveling projectiles after defeating an enemy. After 15 seconds, the Maelstrom evaporates. This shit deletes mobs.
It is
Absolutely
Beyblades.
deletes. Yeah, it is Beyblade. Yeah, it's disgusting. I've seen the videos. It literally wipes lost sectors.
I love it so much
It
because
yeah.
it's so good in PvE. It's so good in PvE.
It is
Makes me
definitely
happy.
something new. And then we get to the Warlocks. And we got Weave Walk. So Weave Walk is a little complicated, so I am going to spend a little bit of time on it to kind of help explain it. So, let's break reality a bit with a fancy new air move that allows Warlocks to temporarily step into the weave. For the person playing the Warlock, this will appear as a darkened screen effect with a forest of strand threads, while others will observe the Warlock using this aspect as a mysterious green ghost. If you like the third-person perspective with Nova Warp, i.e. Blink, then you'll enjoy this animation too. It's slick. Warlocks utilizing this aspect are also highly resistant to damage during this time, although they can't interact with the world. The time in a Weave Walk state varies depending on how many full melee charges the Warlock has when they activate Weave Walk. After all, life is about balance. What you get, you also have to be willing to give. While in the Weave, Warlocks passively generate up to a maximum of 5 perched threadlings, literally perched on and around the Warlock, if the player does not end Weave Walk early by using another air move. So I have seen the videos of this. Warlocks became fucking unkillable.
It
Actually unkillable.
it did get disabled.
Because that combined with Woven Mail literally made it impossible to fucking kill them.
Without Woven Mail, it was like a 90% damage reduction in PvP, which was...
A little strong.
I'll admit, it's a little much. However, I really wish they would have left it alone in PvE, because...
Let the Warlocks eat, goddammit!
I want you to know that fucking Osteo with Weave Walk was constantly spawning threadlings off while that was active. It's so good. It's such a good aspect for Strand.
And of course, Bungie doesn't allow Warlocks to have fun.
Like, even I want that re-enabled. Like, it's fun. Even just watching it, it's fun.
Why do they never let Warlocks get to eat, Danny? They let Hunters have Silence and Squall through the entirety of Beyond Light before it even got touched.
They let Hunters have One-Eyed Mask for 3 years. And it's still strong. I feel like there's a strong favoritism toward Titans.
Yeah. Like, nobody gives...
Except in PvE.
Yeah, I just wish Bungie would just leave my boy alone and just let him eat. Like, goddamn. Bungie, you finally chefed up something that the Warlock mains were like, yes, give me more. And then you proceeded to turn the stove off and went, nope.
I will say, though, those new exotic armor pieces they dropped are kind of fire.
Yes.
Those Warlock gauntlets where you can pick up the Child of the Old Gods again, the little Void Soul.
Yeah,
that thing's
shit.
pretty busted.
Yeah, I saw someone have 5 Void Souls out at one time. That was terrifying.
You can literally just go pick that back up, throw it again, go pick it up.
They last forever. I'm surprised it's not. I wonder if it's gonna get disabled for Worlds First.
It resets the timer every time you pick it up.
I think it's gonna get disabled because I think it will actually delete mobs.
And the Hunter one with the moths is funny. It plays off of the new exotic grenade launcher really well. And the Titan one is basically Nighthawk, but for hammer.
So now, this is something that we do need to go over, Danny, and this is Worlds First. So it is the standard Worlds First shit. Pretty much everything is pretty much on par with every Worlds First that we've seen in a while. We've covered God, since we've started this podcast, we've covered 3 worlds first now.
And this is the first one they're making a tiny adjustment to.
Yeah, because they're afraid that players are going to absolutely delete Crota.
No, they're actually
Wait,
bumping up the power level by 10. They have upped the player power level by 10.
oh, because Crota was miserable?
They
Let's-
want us to do more damage.
Oh, here we go. For Crota's End, we've made some tuning changes to contest mode. So, increase the cap of player outgoing damage versus combatants. Keep in mind that the incoming damage cap did not change. Some enemies will gain elemental shields, and all enemies will be more aggressive than in the previous contest mode. Now, I will not be doing Worlds First. However, Danny and her group will be attempting Worlds First. And Danny, if you would not mind letting the viewers know where they can go watch the Worlds First, for you guys doing the Worlds First raid.
As of right now, I know that Faye is going to be streaming. I'm going to be recording on my end. But we're going to be on Faye's channel trying to keep up in the race. Because we've been practicing. We've done 2 or 3 master raids now and gotten 2 or 3 raid titles in prep. We're ready.
So, and that's twitch.tv/ is it Disafae?
Disafae. Yeah.
Disafae?
Yeah.
Okay. And then once Danny ends up editing the recordings, it will pop up on her YouTube channel at YouTube /CatboxDanny.
Yep.
I believe it's Catbox Dandy now, right?
Yep.
It's no longer Silent D95.
Yeah, I updated it. It should be my actual @.
Thank God. So if you want to go watch their attempts at World First, those are the 2 places that you can go. Now, new emblems. Who dis? New emblems coming out with the D2 fashion emblem, the Belle Epoque. Then we've got the 24 FPS, which I love because it's a fucking record
VHS tape.
Yeah, it's a VHS tape. And then we've got Felis Galaxius, and it's just a cat. I have a feeling that this may be one of your new favorites.
I want to find it. Like, I want to get it, but I know the only way to get it is to be selected for the fashion show.
Well then,
There's some stiff competition there.
true. Now, along with that, the player support. Now, do note, Steam is ending Windows 7 and 8 support starting January 1st, 2024. Steam will officially stop supporting the Windows 7, 8, and Windows 8.1 operating systems. After that date, the Steam client will no longer run on those versions of Windows. And in order to do that, you will have to update to a more recent version of Windows. Now, thankfully, Windows 10, now, because I operate my computer on Windows 10, I am personally not a fan of Windows 11. So,
Yeah.
if you're a fan of Windows 10, you can run it on Windows 10. But unfortunately, for those of you on Windows 7 and 8, which, by the way, if you're running your computer on Windows 7 and 8,
How?
you're a fucking boomer.
I just have to ask how, because I've had to assist with a computer that's still running with, I think, 7 Office Edition.
I saw someone running a Windows.
So slow.
I saw someone running Windows Vista, and I'm like, how the fuck does that still function?
It's not well.
Now, loadouts. This has happened. This is still from last week. Apparently, due to an issue, the loadouts are still disabled. This will appear in game as loadouts being locked behind Guardian ranks. Any existing loadouts will be saved and available to all players who have already unlocked them once the fix has been deployed, which that is good. Finisher changes. With the launch of 7.2.0, the option to favorite cosmetics was added to the game. As a result of this implementation, the option to favorite finishers in player inventories was deprecated. Players who would like to only use specific finishers in gameplay can store their finishers in their flare collections. To obtain them again or to obtain other finishers, players can reacquire them in their collections under flare/finishers. Now, there's a lot of known issues. First one here being the description for Weave Walk fails to mention that players must have at least one full melee charge available in order to use the aspect. Attempt to use Weave Walk without a full melee charge will not do anything. The unveiled quest can't be completed if a player listens to the new lore in Veil Containment before acquiring the quest from Nimbus. That's kind of shitty. The Veteran's Flare Transmat effect is missing from player accounts. Nothing crazy. The Origin perk 2 Specialization artifact perk is not overcharging Season 22 weapons when the modifiers are active. That's pretty bad. The Deck of Whispers Ascension 8 card scorches players abnormally fast. Various exotics in the Monument of Lost Light can't be acquired even if the player owns the correct DLC. That's pretty bad.
That one's bad.
That's bad. Infinite Quiver advertising art in the Eververse store is displayed using an incorrect shader. That's kind of dumb. The Volatile Throne bundle advertising art in the Eververse store is displayed using an incorrect weapon shader. Unstoppable Taken Phalanx are immune to receiving damage from headshots. That's miserable.
A weird one.
That's also
a very weird one.
That's also miserable to everybody running auto rifle anti-barrier. Because that is, like, one of my go-tos.
This is why malfeasance exists.
Some players may have an open event card pop-up stuck on their screen. The Grandmaster Nightfall opening date says June 13th. If for those of you that watched my stream, you'll have noticed that I specifically noted that. I was like, hold up! This was shit supposed to be 2 months ago? What the fuck is this? This is incorrect. The correct date is, in fact, September 12th. The phosphorescent shader currently visible in collections is not an actual item. People were going nuts about it on Twitter, and instead was added to the game unintentionally. This will be removed in a future update. Some players have reported not seeing the cutscene of Eris' transformation, which, stellar animation on it, by the way.
Yeah.
Well done, animators. The Defiant Ghost projection displays a projection from Season of the Witch. Kind of a meme. Some players are reporting that the clan banner is not appearing for them even though they are already in a clan. Players can speak to Hawthorne in the tower to reacquire their missing clan banner. The Lectern of Divination is missing icons in the helm. That one's pretty funny. I saw a lot of Twitter posts about that too. And following that is the Hive portal in the helm is missing portions of its transportation technology. Players having issues going through the portal can slide to always go through the portal.
If you jump through the portal, you cannot go through the portal. You have to be on the ground.
You have to slide. I think that is hysterical. The Paracausal Path emblem does not appear in collections. There are various issues with the Crucible's new relic mode, such as relic energy charged appearing multiple times in the feed, and arrow waypoints persisting over depots after it despawns. The Festival Dance emote has unintentionally changed to the Samba Dance. That's a good one. And some players cannot purchase Ascended Alloy or Enhancement Prisms from Raoul's special orders if over the old holding limit. That's a pretty bad one.
A lot of interesting issues.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird ones. Here we go. Movies of the week. We have Solar Flare. How to use the new Monte Carlo Catalyst properly. And I just want to say, we haven't seen Solar Flare's videos pop up on the TWAB in a while, but the homie's got some fire animations.
And, speaking of the Monte Carlo Catalyst, that melee damage buff is kind of absurd.
The only issue is the actual bullet damage is still garbage.
It is. However, you can infinite chain the melee.
Well, at least there's that. Titan mains eating good. Yet again.
Titan mains with Syntheseps and or Worm Gods, you're gonna be doing, like, a lot of damage to things.
Yeah. And then along with that, we've got It's Chili's with a Destiny anime story. Again, I will not be showcasing the videos just because I don't want to get copyright, but please go watch them. Kirby, The Real Final Shape. And it is, I had a recent opening in my Disciple crew. You seem shaped like a friend, and it's... god, what the fuck? And it's Kirby dressed as the... Hold on. Can I zoom out for this? Oh god. God damn it. Hold on, I have to scroll back down.
That one's pretty good.
If you also notice the witness's face looking down like, what the fuck, man?
Love that one.
That is the definition of blurst, Danny. That right there is the definition of blurst. Along with that, we have hold on. This was by I want to make sure that I quote the artist. This was by Pop Six Squish via Tumblr. Who the fuck still uses Tumblr?
It's weird. Right now is a weird time.
Bro, are we on the wrong timeline, Danny? Jesus Christ. And then we've got this On Patrol in the Throne World by the Tylgomaniac of his squad, which, that's pretty good. That's a hard picture. This picture goes fucking hard. That's dope. That's good.
Good
Actually,
art.
hold on. Is that 2 warlocks?
Yes.
Yes, thank God they didn't have a fucking Titan here. So, with that being said, that is Zetois. But now, Danny, I do have another article, which is the showcase recap. I don't know if we really want to, like, is there anything specific in the recap that we really need to go over?
The new aspects look cool. I've seen the pre-order gun in action. It's kind of busted.
Yeah, because
Probably gonna get disabled.
Yeah, because it works with stasis and strand, right?
It does 50k per shot when it's overcharged by a grenade.
What the fuck?
It works with sunbracers. It also has a bug right now with Arc Warlock specifically, where if you load into an activity and then swap grenades, you have infinite charges for that. So that gun is probably gonna get disabled
Yeah, probably.
because 23 shots of 50 to 53,000 damage.
Yeah,
That's a lot of damage.
Crota about to get fucking clapped.
I mean, I still, even with the challenge and the lower power, I think World's First, because we got to do it twice. I think World's First is going to be around the 2.5 hour mark.
Yeah, especially with it being a reprised raid and people already knowing the majority of the strats. Now, they're probably going to fix a couple of things like they did with Vault of Glass, like with Oryx, and they're probably going to make it a little bit more annoying, as if Crota wasn't already fucking annoying as shit.
I mean, Crota could be done by one person.
I mean, to be fair, we also saw one person do fucking Root of Nightmares.
Yep.
That was fun
So
to
that
watch.
was really funny. A lot of that though was due to several underlying things that have been patched this season.
Oh, you mean also the 4 horsemen just firing off like a fucking Gatling gun?
Well, that actually got reintroduced accidentally
Did
when they
it
disabled
actually?
loadouts. Yes, they disabled loadouts, and guess what came back?
Yes!
But
4 horsemen back in the light again, let's go! That gun never
Apparently-
gets to shine!
yeah, Rocket's got a stealth nerf, basically.
Oh
'Cause,
yeah, because of the Wolfpack rounds.
Yeah, they were doing a little more than they were intended to do so rockets kind of dropped hard in a lot of encounters.
Yeah. Jesus. So,
Rise of linears.
God, never again. I do not want to see another fusion rifle meta. God, that was so fucking boring in both PvE and PvP. So, with that being said, Danny, I think we should end, instead of our favorite thing about the TWAB, we should end today with our favorite thing about the showcase. As a little change up.
Yeah.
What was your favorite thing that they did in the showcase? Also, spoilers! If you haven't seen the showcase, go fucking watch it.
I actually really like the feature that they're bringing in for Fireteam Power.
Yes. I think that's a phenomenal feature, too.
Instead of being like, hey, got a new friend that wants to play the game, they have to go grind a lot to get up to the power to do the most recent content. It's just like, no, if you have access to it, just come on.
Yeah, that
Take you through it with blue gear.
get you some good shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really happy about that. I think that was a great addition as well. Uh, the one thing I am sad to see is that guided games will no longer be available.
Which I understand. Guided games was just a test for the LFG system.
Yeah, it still has beta on all of it.
Yeah.
So, I think the new supers are super dope. My only problem is Warlock Super, because it's just a walking well. That's
It's
all it fucking is. It's just a well on wheels.
which I kind of see having some very interesting implications because that's gonna be so much better on a majority of boss fights.
Yeah, where you have to constantly be moving. The
And
only go ahead.
the fact that it empowers solar weapons to deal Scorch.
Well, it also empowers non-solar weapons, I believe, with Scorch as well, right?
I think it just gives radiance, but solar weapons apply Scorch.
Yeah.
That means all solar weapons apply Scorch.
So hear me out, Danny. I'm calling it now. It's gonna get nerfed immediately because Bungie fucking hates warlocks.
I feel like they would have a hard time nerfing that because it's not direct damage super.
I don't know.
I
They
do.
nerfed fucking well, and they made basically
Yeah.
like all of the good warlock supers basically fucking useless, other than Nova Bomb.
I see the hunter one getting nerfed immediately.
The Hunter one's probably gonna get nerfed.
Yeah.
I don't know about the Titan one though. The Titan
The
one seems
Titan
kind
one
of
just
interesting.
seems cool.
Titan,
Yeah.
I think Titan one is gonna be interesting just because, other than shield throw, it's gonna be the first actual like throwing Titan.
Yeah. A
Super?
safe Titan super.
Yeah, so I think that'll be interesting. I think that'll be cool. Because Titans actually did need a little bit more ranged.
Yeah. The thing that I'm thinking about though with the Warlock super, heir apparent.
Is that solar?
Yes, it is. Heir apparent, dealing Scorch, setting off ignitions, or
That is interesting.
Xenophage,
That
dealing
one.
Scorch.
Now, if they only manage to give Xenophage a catalyst, please, dear God, give Xenophage a
I'm
catalyst.
the fact that they're bringing back Red Death too. That
Yeah,
I was not expecting that.
Yeah, that one threw me off. That's gonna be fun. That one's gonna
like-
be really fun.
Crimson's cool, but Red Death.
Yeah. So that's super dope. So yeah, that is our thoughts about the TWAB and our favorite parts about the showcase.
Yeah.
With that being said, Danny, where can they find you?
You can find me on YouTube and Twitch at CatboxDanny.
You can also find me on Twitter at DominiFox1 or on Twitch/YouTube at DominiFox. Thank you all so much for stopping by. We really appreciate everyone coming out to watch. Again, we apologize for the delay. And then we are going to try to make sure that the videos actually come out on Friday afternoons again. I need to proudly set a reminder to fucking do that. So without further ado, thank you guys so much for stopping by. We both really appreciate it. We both hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And as always, don't be a sweat lord. We'll see you guys next time.